Okay, so today I talked to my dad on Skype and we were talking about when Keith and I get married. Um, my dad is not on his trip out of the US this year, but I still asked him to get his passport because Keith and I are getting married in Canada and I want my dad there really bad. Like, this is one of those points in my life where I'm like, I'm gonna need you there. You're my dad. It's something that I want you there for. Um, I'll be honest, not about getting married, just about life. Like, it, everything. It's just, it's such a big step, you know. When Keith, in the beginning, it was pretend. It was a way to get his ex and my ex to leave us alone. And it just kind of, it turned into something else. When we first got together, we did end up breaking up because of other, and then we got back together 3 months later, and it became a little more serious now because I knew with everything in me I loved him. I mean, I screwed up before. um some things happened. I wasn't completely honest together. There was things that I was holding back, and he found out, and that caused bump, and it was rough. But for once, I wanted to fight for something. I wanted to be with him so very badly. I wasn't going to let that stuff get in the way. Not that lying isn't a big deal. It is a big deal. But I felt what I felt for a reason in my heart. So I um we made everything okay. I guess we talk things out, and little by little, our relationship, it's hard, being an American and he's Canadian. Trials, it really does. It gets really hard. We both get really lonely. But I love him. Well, we got engaged in February, and I was just kind of like, yay, I'm getting engaged, and I'm married. I'm gonna get married, and I love him. And I have a family, and then I don't know. Like, I guess today it just kind of hit me, the reality of it all. Like, I'm 23 years old now. I'm not a kid. I'll be getting married, and hopefully one day bringing children of my own into this world. And I have responsibility, me, myself, and to our whatever kids we have. And I was just like, holy, this is real, like, this is really happening. It's amazing. It's a great feeling, honestly. It's scary, but it's great. He comes here for a little while each time, and it's the best feeling in the world is knowing that when I go to sleep, he's gonna be there to hold me. I'm gonna wake up to him, and this time apart, it strengthens us, in my opinion. I mean, we get a little stronger each time. Um, it gets a little easier to deal with the space, the more that happens. That it isn't hard for us. Even now, with it being easier than it was the last time, it gets hard. I'm trying to find a job so I get back in school, he's trying to complete school, and we're just like, we're limited on communication. You know, we can't travel back and forth like we want, you know, all the time to see each other. And I don't know. It's just like, you know, what would you do to be with someone you loved? Would you put your whole life on hold and just pack up and leave where you live? Yeah, I would. If right now I was told, hey, you can go to Canada, don't worry about all the paperwork, yada yada, I would. I love him that much that I would. He's really, I mean, I do say, you know, in other videos, he's great, he's amazing, he is. He really is. Last year my hamster died. It was hard for me. I I try not to get attached to things, but I have uncontrollable personality. I do. Sure. And she passed away. She had diabetes. And I remember breaking down. I cried. I was in hysterics, and he held me. He just let me cry, and he held me. There was a time when we went out, me, him, my sister, and my brother-in-law. We went to go eat, and I got sick. And came, you know, he stood right behind me the whole time. He pulled, you know, made sure my hair was back. He was rubbing my back, and you know, on what had come out, I was like, I could never do that for anybody. I couldn't. I have a weak stomach. 6 out of 9 is when I was leaving. The night before, Keith and I had, you know, did things, and you know, we just kind of like played games together, and he taught me how to use watercolors right and stuff, and we went to sleep. And in the night, I woke up. I was sleeping over where his heater was, and I was like, you know, it's hot. Turn off the heater, please. I'm burning up. Turned off the heater. Well, before he fell asleep, before I went to sleep, he fell asleep. And I remember just laying there and just looking at him, and I cried. I started crying. I was like, you gotta make. But then I fell asleep, and then, you know, the heater thing happened. Well, Keith told me when he woke up the next morning, I was really, you know, it's really cold. So he covered me up, and he turned on the heater, and he held me till I was warm. Like, I've never had somebody want to take such good care of me in my life. It's an amazing feeling. It really is. He's awakened a part of me, and he's made a part of me come to life that I never ever thought would happen. And I sometimes feel like if I didn't have Keith, where would I be? I think maybe I would still feel dead if I didn't have Keith. So I owe a lot to him. I just want to say that I do really love you, and you really are a great man. You're a great person, and I am the happiest woman in the world to call you my husband. I love you, Keith.